So let's just see who is at their first ever Escape the Rat Race meetup for tonight. Good stuff. And leave your hand up if that's because you've just come to see Daniel. Well, I don't blame you if that's the case, because we have a very, very special guest tonight, Mr. Daniel Priestley, who will be coming on at around 9:15. Okay. So for those of you that are new, welcome. Thank you for coming along. And for all of our regulars, always good to see you. I'm going to just introduce a little bit about myself and Escape the Rat Race, really the story behind why I set this group up and what it's all about, who it's for, how it can hopefully help you on your journey out of your 9 to 5, if that's something that you're looking to do. Okay, so here is tonight's schedule. Now, after our speaker finishes, it's going to be about 8 o'clock, about 10 past 8, Daniel will finish, and then we're actually going to do some breakout sessions. So we have our Escape the Rat Race Academy mentors here tonight, and so if you are interested in learning a little bit more about a certain strategy, it might be property, it might be trading the markets, it could be business or Amazon, e-commerce. So we're going to have some mentors in the room, and we're going to break out into 4 corners at the end, and I'm going to, has that just died? All right, everyone go home. All right, I'll speak up. You can all hear me okay, yeah? Okay, good, we'll do it this way. If we can maybe just get the mic sorted, somebody for later. So that's kind of how tonight's going to roll, okay? And so I'm going to try and squeeze a lot in. So I just want to show you some photos from about 5 hours ago. So we had our young entrepreneurs, stand-up guys at the front, and we had a lot more as well. Look, Jack and Luke and their father John, who've come all the way from Richmond in Yorkshire, and we've been planning this event for a while. I've been speaking with John about putting something together to actually talk about home education, homeschooling, because it seems like it's a really growing trend. Is anyone interested in the subject of like teaching their kids entrepreneurship, making sure that they're actually, set up for the real world instead of just all the usual curriculum stuff? So we've got some pictures. I just wanted to show you how cute is that as well. So they have written those books. They're authors, all 3 of them. Yeah, pretty amazing stuff. And there's John and the boys giving their presentation. Now, my inspiration behind Escape the Rat Race, I used to work in the music industry, and I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore, and I'd always been into personal development, and these are 3 of the main books that really got me going. Any of these books familiar with anyone? Yeah? And then I realized actually who we had in the room tonight, and I thought, well, we better change this up. My inspiration actually it was a whole different ball game. So these certainly some wonderful books, and you're going to hear a lot more, I'm sure, about some of that tonight. So on the subject of books, I'm writing my first book as well. Many of you have been commenting and helping me with this process in the Escape the Rat Race Facebook group. So I'm going to use the room to try and get a final vote on this. And I don't want any split rooms, because I'm having enough of a headache as it is. So hands up, who prefers A? Oh, okay. We're doing a count. Have a look around, because we've got to help decide on the winner. Okay, hands down. And B? Oh, that's a clear winner for B. Wow, interesting. So the feedback I was getting is that the whole start a business you love, which is so important, it's really a key thing with Escape the Rat Race. It's like, sure, you might not be happy in the current 9 to 5 grind, but actually you've got to make sure that whatever it is that you're going to invest your time and energy into is actually going to be something you still want to be doing in 12 months' time, 5 years, 10 years' time. So it's really about finding something that you're passionate about, that you're good at, that you're going to stick with, obviously that's going to help you to build your wealth and be profitable as well. So interesting feedback. I do like the I quit as well. I think that's a pretty good touch. Thank you for that. So my inspiration when I first got into personal development, which was way back in 2004, was when a friend of mine popped in a Jim Rohn CD into his car CD player. And I thought, wow, what's this funny guy's voice going on? And it was quite twangy American. And for those of you that know Jim Rohn, who loves Jim, he is definitely, isn't he, the granddaddy of personal development and business philosophy. So one of my favorite quotes from Jim, I think this really sums up and sort of steers me, is that you work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. And that really, I think, epitomizes, it's kind of like a bit of a cornerstone of what my Escape the Rat Race mission is. So why are you here today? It's always good to get a little bit of a feeling for who's in the room, and also then you can connect with some more people as well. So I'm just going to pick on 2 or 3 people who I maybe have not met before and just find out what brings you here tonight. And if you can just stand up, share your name, what stage of the journey you're at, so you're brand new, just coming along, figuring out what it is you want to do, or if you're already working on a project or you're in property or something like that. And that's it. So I'm going to have a look. Sir, Sanjay, if you don't mind, I'll give you the mic. Here you go.
My name's Sanjay. So I'm at the stage of, I couldn't talk about 3 weeks ago.
Woo! Yeah.
I work in the background on another project, and that's now the stage where I can focus completely on it, 100%. Hence I quit. And Daniel Priestley thinks it's very good today.
Yeah, tell me the journey of deciding when the right time was to quit, because let's get it clear. I'm not saying that, hey, if you don't like your job, just quit tomorrow and jump, because that's what I did, and that's not a sensible thing to do. You've got to make sure that you're building something in the background. So tell us a little bit about how you made that transition, Sanjay.
So I spent about a year and a half building something. In the background.
Thanks,
got to a stage where I was ready to then launch the products. So not quite there yet, but it got to a stage where the project was taking up, or needed to take up more of my time, and work was taking up my time. So I needed to focus more time on the project. Hence, I decided at that stage to quit.
Excellent.
But I'd also been saving up as well for a while, so
cool.
And I've got enough to keep going.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to learn some tips from Daniel tonight. Thanks for that, Sanjay. Jess, hello, welcome. Share it with everyone what you're working on.
Hello everyone, I'm Jess. I'm also very jet lagged, so sorry if I make no sense on the mic. This is my second time at Rat Race. I came here because I'm developing a product. It's called Bagsy. It's a little accessory that fits on the metal bit of your handbag, so if you go to a gig or a festival or the gym or whatever after work and you would tying your stuff on your handbag, it looks really messy. Bagsy is there to make life a little bit easier. It's a really sexy little functional piece of jewellery that holds your clothing in place for later. Last time I came to Rat Race, I didn't have a prototype, but this time I actually do have a prototype. It's not with me because, like I said, I'm really jet lagged, so I managed to leave that one at home. But yeah, so that's the next stage of the journey. So the next bit, it means that I have to get it made in a factory so that it can actually be physically tested. So at the moment, it's just a prototype to look at, and it's very pretty. So yeah, there we go. And I have a full-time job as well, and it's very draining. And I'm also an NLP coach and life coach on the side, so there aren't enough hours in the day. Thank you.
Thanks. Who else feels like they're spinning about 20 plates at the same time, trying to do the day job and do some side hustle at the same time? Only James, I don't believe it. Yeah?
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Ellie, why don't you stand up and tell everyone what you're doing?
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Ellie. I started the property journey with a business partner probably 7-8 months ago. We're finalizing the finances at the moment, and we're ready to launch as soon as possible with the first project. We have already a couple of projects that we're looking at and we're considering, we are analyzing it thoroughly. In the meanwhile, my business partner came up with a brilliant idea to start a new venture that is nice and easy business. It's actually an agency for virtual assistants, personal assistants, and executive assistants. So if you need leveraging, if you need to clone yourself, by all means, come speak to us. We train these people to a very high level, and we absolutely certain that there is a great demand and supply to match here. So by all means, come speak to me. We have been using this team, or some of the girls that we are on the team for at least a couple of years. We know what the audiences they have. It's absolutely marketable. So by all means, if you need that, I'm ready to
Thank you, Ellie.
Also, the Rat Race, I'm hoping, I'm not there yet, but it's a brilliant idea. I love the concept, and I hope within a year I'm going to be at least independent.
Thank you very much, Ellie. Thank you. Riley, sir, come and share your news. Can we get them out? Okay. All right. Well. Hey, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Riley. It's my first time here. I discovered Escape the Rat Race while I was at work the week before last. I was listening to tuning radio as I usually do, and I came across the Christian's podcast with Simon Paulson, and it really resonated with me, and I joined the Facebook group straight away. I want to escape the rat race. I've felt like that for quite some time now. I've tried several times to escape unsuccessfully, but hopefully this will be the time. Yesterday I set the date that I want to have my resignation at my job. Wow. And now I'm just working towards it, and I just want to get all the help and support that I can get.
Yeah, good man. Well done. Welcome to the group. Thanks, Riley. Sabita's looking away. Come on. Oh, she's freaking. Come on. Give Sabita a nice warm round of applause. Sabita has some wonderful news today. I'm very proud of you.
Oh,
so just share a little bit about the journey you've been on over the last few months.
So I'm part of the Property Academy.
Just a little bit.
I'm part of the Property Academy with Rohit and Chris, and I started my journey a year ago now, actually, hasn't it? Yeah, and I've been trying to do a rent-to-rent project, and I've got my first rent-to-rent, and today I've got it fully tenanted, so...
Round of applause, she's rocking. That's cool. Anything, you've been coming to Escape the Rat Race for a year now, enjoying it?
100%, like they're really useful sessions. They're good to sort of get your mindset thinking correctly for entrepreneurship, personal development journey, yes.
Sorry,
yes.
it's an obvious question, but what is rent to rent?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we'll be doing, you can explain it if you want.
So in a nutshell, it's basically you rent a property from a landlord, and then you're renting it out. So you're sort of managing that property, but you're renting it out to individuals. So you're on a room by room basis. Yeah, and then.
Well done. Yeah, there's money in it for sure. So you're up and running. You're on the way. Well done.
Yeah, it's been a tough journey, as you know, Chris.
Yeah.
But yeah, finally got my 5 tenants today.
It's the entrepreneur's journey. It's not an easy one, and Daniel's going to be talking all about that tonight. So well done. Another round of applause for Sabita. Thanks, well done, Sabita. Okay, I would love to go around and literally have everyone stand up, but we don't have time, I'm afraid. So make sure you do connect. The whole purpose of coming here is to talk to other people and ask the question. Don't be shy. Make the use of your 2 hours, drink some free beer, and just get into the vibe. Okay. So. A little bit about me. I've already told you a little bit, but my background was kind of spent 16 years working with these kind of people. You might recognize some of those. So my passion when I was 18 years old was going clubbing all weekend from Friday till Sunday and DJing and really partying, and that was all I wanted to do. I didn't want to go to university. I didn't want to sit in a classroom and be lectured any longer. So I started working at record labels and got my foot in the door of EMI Records in 1998. And that kind of unlocked the next 16 years of doing some pretty fun stuff. And then I got to that point in 2014, which may be the point where some of you guys and girls are at right now, which is a crossroads, where you've been doing the same thing for a good number of years. Maybe it's the only thing you've ever been doing, and that was pretty much the case for me. Music industry was the only thing I'd ever done. I hadn't been to uni, I hadn't really got the qualifications. And then I didn't want to do the music industry anymore. So it's like, what next? And you go to the internet and you're bombarded with all of these money-making schemes and things that can make you rich overnight. And obviously it's a bit of a minefield knowing who to trust. And you go on that self-exploratory kind of thing, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And obviously reading lots of books. And I had to make the decision what I was going to do. And I decided actually I was going to take the route of property. That was what I started working on in 2015. But at the same time, I knew that I needed to build a new network. So I had a very, very good network within the music industry, which I built up. But I knew that I was jumping into a new area and I needed to build up a new network as quickly as I could. So I thought the quickest way is just to create my own group and then have the people come along. And I thought, when you set up a meetup group, you have to pick your first date. So I set it up in November 2014, and I picked the date of January the 14th, 2015. It was 2 weeks into my new life as a business owner, entrepreneur, and I thought if 4 or 5 people turn up, we can talk about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, we can have a coffee, and that would be good. And we had 40 people turn up that night. And we had a really, really great night, and we all sat around the table there. I just got up and talked and told my story really, and that was nearly 3.5 years ago. So that was Escape the Rat Race number 1. Tonight we are at 34, so things are going pretty good. In the last couple of years, I've also launched a podcast. As many of you know, Daniel was a previous guest on the podcast and had so much amazing feedback that I decided to invite Daniel along tonight. And I've had a lot of other great guests, and obviously had the good fortune of getting to number 2 in the iTunes chart behind Tim Ferriss. So if you haven't downloaded Escape the Rat Race Radio, check it out, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. I've also launched the Inner Circle membership, which is really just an opportunity to make sure that you can come along to all of these events every month, and you can lock that in for a whole year. And that's just £100 for the year if you want to really build your network and start connecting with people every month and start learning about different strategies that can help you to get out of your 9 to 5. So really my mission is simple. It's just to help people generate additional revenue streams alongside their 9 to 5 jobs so that they can enjoy more choice and freedom in their life. Because when I ask everyone, what does Escape the Rat Race mean to you? The answer I get back in different shapes and forms is always freedom. Financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, relationships, all those kind of things. But ultimately, you just feel a little bit trapped. You agree? You kind of just want more freedom, yeah? So this is the escape plan. This is really kind of what we offer here at Escape the Rat Race. And it's as simple as just coming along to one event, such as a meetup tonight. Just come along, sample it, listen to some great speakers, hopefully meet some great people, hopefully we will get a chance to connect as well. And if you like it, then you might want to come on one of our special workshops, so where we go into detail around a table and we talk about those different strategies that can help you to start generating some additional income streams. And then the third step, if you like that, is just to come and be part of the family really and stay with us for 12 months. So it's a choice. Have a one-night affair tonight, or let's do the thing for 12 months. And these are some of the workshops. So I said at the end of tonight, well, after Daniel's finished presenting, we're going to break out and we're going to have the mentors. And we're going to be running some workshops with those mentors later this month and next month. So I just want to show you here what you also have on your forms that are on your chairs. So you've got the dates. So when you're speaking to the mentors afterwards, if you'd like to come along to any of those events, then you can just tick the box and we can get you registered with our team outside tonight. So just before I hand over to Daniel in 5 minutes' time, I just want to bring up the mentors and just get them to give a couple of minutes. In fact, I think maybe a couple of the mentors may not even have arrived yet. Okay, well let's get Michael in. Where is, let's get our mentors up. I'm just going to ask them to come. Okay, so Rohit, let me invite you up just to share 1 minute of what you're going to be sharing with people at the Property Academy.
Yeah, thanks. Hi guys. So yeah, I've been investing in property for about sort of 10, 11 years. Started doing a kind of a single rent property. It was an apartment. I then got the bug. I started to grow my portfolio. I've now grown it to, I've been doing HMO conversions, done rent to rent as well, and obviously we've got the academy where we're teaching people. So people want to get started in property, but they're at different stages, or they've been doing it a little while, they're not sure what to do next. We've got a workshop that we're doing in May. We spend 2 hours and we'll walk through some of the strategies that people can get into to actually start their own portfolio and build their business. So yeah, if you can, do come along and we'll spend some time doing that.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me hand over to Vanish, seeing as Michael needs to dump his bags, and then Michael's going to be straight up as well. So we're doing a workshop later this month, Vanish?
That's right. So I've got my brief history. I've done a decade in property. The key thing that I'm going to be talking and helping people is joint venturing. Right? You will figure this out in property. It doesn't matter how much money you start with. Okay, you're going to need to find other ways of tapping into other sources of money. So that's basically what I will be doing in the workshop. But mainly it's about teaching people how to leverage other people's resources, how to leverage their time. Okay, how many of you here want to be an entrepreneur? Yeah. Okay. How many want to be doing it full time? Yeah. Okay. How many want to do it leverage? Yeah. You should be wanting to do it leverage. Okay. This is the thing about being an entrepreneur. It's all about all the resources to help you succeed are in the room. What you just have to figure out is how you tap into it and how you make it a win-win. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we'll cover. But I'll stick around at the end and answer any questions you have about your property journey or as an entrepreneur.
Cool, thanks Vanish, thank you. So myself, I'm going to be sitting with Daniel afterwards. We're going to hang in one of the corners and you can make your choice, whoever you want to go and sit with. So myself and Daniel will be probably hanging out around here. Michael, please step up and introduce yourself. Hello.
Hi folks, I'm Michael Veazey from Amazing FBA. So I deal with Amazon FBA, Amazon private labeling, all things Amazon. So how many people here have got a vague interest in e-commerce and Amazon? Yeah, good. So it's not a complete waste of time. Thanks. Yeah, so basically we'll be doing a taster session on the 10th of April. Same time slot, 6:30 to 8:30, to go over the basics of that niche source and launch. So how do you find what to sell? How do you go get it from China, from USA, wherever, and how do you get it out there? So if you want to find out more about that or any questions you've got around that business model, just come find me at the end. I'd be delighted to talk to you and get to know you. Cheers.
Thank you. Right, I'm not going to pretend to be Zahir because he's hench and that's just not going to fit. But Zahir's going to be here by the time we finish later, and Zahir is my mentor for trend trading. So it's a longer term trading strategy. It's not watching the computer every day and having a heart attack as it goes up and down and up and down. It's very minimal, end of day, start of day, half an hour is pretty much all you need, and you can build that over the long term. So Zahir will be here and you'll have an opportunity to chat to him if you so wish. Okay, so one final thought before I hand over to our guest speaker is, what's your Escape the Rat Race date? And I ask this of our escapees when I do the podcast interviews, and everyone who has escaped always remembers the date very vividly. It's etched into their mind. A couple of people here in the audience, Riley being one tonight and Sanjay as well, so I'm sure the date that you actually escaped, you won't forget that one. So have a think yourselves. Because I find when you actually set a date and you write it down and you commit, even if it's 12 months or 24 months, just write it and commit to it. Because then it starts that timer. Actually puts you under a little bit of pressure to actually start doing stuff. Yeah? Okay, so.